Hi, this is Dawn of Stamp Till Dawn, and today I'm going to show how to create this quick card and give you a couple of tips along the way. So first we're going to start out with our stamping because I'm going to do some watercolor and I want to make sure that the ink dries right away. So I'm using this daffodil stamp. It's from the Ribbon Warrior stamp set. Now this stamp set comes two different ways. You can either buy it just the stamp set by itself, which I'm recording this in July of 2018, and if you buy it as a stamp set, that helps work you towards Stampaganza, where you buy 2 stamp sets, get 1 free. Or you can buy it the way I did with the thin cuts that go with it. So today I'm showing a card that you wouldn't need thin cuts for. One of the fun things I love about this stamp set is this little circle right here and all these little sayings. So the circle just is designed to fit those sayings. So you can put battle, hero, faith, courage. There's just so many great words on there. And then of course you have the ribbon. I'm using the daffodil today. And I'm not going to be using these sayings though. I'm going to be using some sayings from the Cheers to You Workshop Your Way set. And I just really like this Get Well and Soon here. And the reason I'm making this card is so many times you know a birthday's coming up, but you don't know when somebody's not going to be feeling well. And so it's great to have like a little stash of Get Well Soon cards so you can send them out right away and not have to think, oh, I got to go make a card for so-and-so. By then they're better. So one of the reasons I picked this also was to show you how to line up these words. They're 2 different stamps, and sometimes that can be tricky getting them lined up. So what I do is I use the grid on my mat, but for the camera, I thought it might be easier if I bring in a little piece of grid paper here. So I'm gonna take my stamps off, and I'm gonna place them down just as they would when they're stamping so I can see them. And just lay them on your mat. And then I've got Soon here. I'm gonna put that right below it. They keep sticking to my fingers. And then you can kind of get them lined up how you want them, and you can tell because I'm moving this closer just so I can look at it. Because you can tell because you can look at it and you can see exactly how it is lined up on there. Then you take your stamp, your block, and press it to the stamps. And now you've got them exactly how you want them. So next up, I'm going to go ahead and stamp everything. I've got the, this is the pewter ink, and it's one of our new cases that I haven't replaced all of mine, but I love these with the magnetic lids. So easy to open. So I'm ink up my stamp and stamp that down. Now usually I'll use Memento ink when I'm doing watercolor, but I'm not going to really be doing too much watercolor on here. There's ants here, you guys. In case you see me flicking things away, we are being overrun by ants in my house. They just want to be on camera too, I guess. And then stamp my Get Well Soon. And then now I'm done stamping. I can set everything aside and move the inks. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm using watercolor pencils and a water brush. And what I like to do is take the actual pencil to the brush. And I started to say about the Memento ink. I'm not doing a ton of watercolor here. I'm doing it real quick. And so it doesn't smear the ink or anything if I use a light touch and move quickly. If I was doing like a wash or really spending a lot of time on the watercolor, it'd probably be better to use the Memento ink. The other reason I chose the pewter is because I wanted it to kind of have like a softer look to it. This would work well for a sympathy or a Get Well card. So I just added a little bit of color to that. Next, I'm going to do the yellow. And I'm going to take this lighter yellow here, and again, I'm taking the brush to the pencil and just quickly coloring in with it. And when I start to run out of color, I go back in, pick up, oh, there was a leaf I forgot. Pick up a little extra color. Then I could leave it just like this. It looks pretty good. Or I can actually go in and take a little darker color and do some of these areas that are in closer. And then I'll go back and do this leaf back here that I forgot. So that's just quick and easy, and then the rest of it is assembling your card. The paper I'm using is from the Central Park paper pack, and it is actually the same piece of paper. This is the back side of it. It was like a big sunbeam. So you can see here it has smaller lines than on here. It just depends on where the paper was on the big sunburst. And there you go. Quick, easy, and done. You can raise this up with a little foam tape. You could add some ribbon to it or some gems, but your basic card design is done. And like I said, I like to make a few when I'm making one so that I have a little stash available in case somebody I know isn't feeling the best. Right now, that's me. No, actually, I feel better. My voice is just crazy. Anyway, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.